Welcome to Horrors Yet Unseen, the podcast where we assign each other horror movies to watch and then talk about it so our spouses don't have to listen to us go on and on and on about scary stuff they don't like. I'm Zach.
And I'm Steve. Let's talk about some scary movies. By the way, there will absolutely be spoilers in this show. You have been warned. I was really impressed with it's a very different kind of action movie because it's even John Wick seems to be kind of light on the actual plot. You know, it's like they've got a thing to do in Stephen in John Wick, but like the first one, it's about his dog, right? Initially, this one, it's all about this guy's life and growing up like without his mother in the slums and stuff, and then like it's really good. It's one of the best endings I've seen in a long time.
That's good
to a action movie. Very good. Yeah.
I mean, if they're going to drag you along for 2 hours, the ending had better be incredibly satisfying.
Yeah.
And most movies, they don't really end. They have some sort of like anticlimactic thing, and the ending is really to set up the next movie.
Right.
Like that was my big problem with Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is like all of the marketing and the whole movie, the entire movie was about this big bad who was coming to freeze New York, and he's going to freeze the world, and he's going to do all this stuff. And then in 5 minutes, we beat him because the fire guy, Camille Nanjiani, finally freaking figured out his powers and got the self-confidence and that he didn't have for the entire movie. And then
100%.
The ending was them setting up the next one. And I'm like, nope.
I mean, that was a big bad dude.
It was supposed
so
to be
cool.
like you're setting up a big bad, and then you immediately killed him off in this movie and did it very easy. It was not a satisfying ending.
Nope.
Yeah. Because you destroyed that lion at the library. Like you went through all of this stuff, right? You got to get the tape, and you got to do this, and you got to do that, and we're gonna set this up so that way this works. And here's this domino and that domino, and when we all set them down, so I'm glad. I say all of that to say I'm glad that it was a satisfying ending, mainly because I want to see the movie and I don't want to waste my time.
It was a definite ending. I feel like
it's good.
Yeah, I would watch that again for sure. Have you seen Slumdog Millionaire?
I know.
Okay, same guy, same actor, not the same like writers or anything, but
I have seen Slumdunder Millionaire.
What? Excuse me.
Somebody somewhere got that reference. Okay. It's an Office reference. Have you ever seen the show The Office?
I figured it was something with The Office, like Mifflin, Dunder Mifflin, but I didn't know what this
Dunder Millionaire is the quote unquote play that Holly and Michael put on at the company picnic that David Wallace has not seen. And they ruined the company picnic because they reveal that Buffalo's going to get canned.
I remember that now. Sorry.
It's a small reference. I understand. That's one of the things I like about The Office is like I've seen it so much that I will just drop the tiniest little Office reference in virtually every conversation that I ever have.
Well, I'll take it. I mean, I love me some Office.
No, I've never seen I can't even say it. Slumdog Millionaire. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
The only
highly recommended, by the way.
Yeah.
I avoided watching it for the longest time just because I thought that it was like about a slumlord, and like I thought it was gonna be super depressing and sad, and because she's like, no, it's actually uplifting and kind of, you know,
That's good.
it's good. So we watched it. I wanted to watch Monkey Man first. She's like, no, you cannot watch Monkey Man until you've seen Slumdog Millionaire. I'm like, why? She's like, I don't know, just because it's the same actor. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
and it did win Best Picture, I guess, when it came out. But...
Yeah, I think the only movie that I've seen with that guy in it, or at least the one that the immediate one that comes to mind, is The Green Knight.
Yeah, Dev Patel he's a freaking good actor.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me look up his filmography. Let's see. I think that might be... Oh, Chappie. I've seen Chappie. Oh, and he was in The Newsroom. So there you go. I've seen The Newsroom.
Oh.
Have you seen that show? The Newsroom?
It's a show?
It's an HBO show called The Newsroom.
I don't think I have.
Oh my gosh. It's going to change your life. You need to watch it. Yeah.
Okay. I'll check it out.
You should. And no, I don't think I've seen anything else with that guy in it. Any hoodles. Dude, is Homelander still saving his pubes?
So how you been, Zach?
Dude, he's still saving it. It bothers me. Yeah, but I watched episode 4 yesterday.
Yeah.
Because I was on Twitter.
Yep.
And I couldn't stop seeing things about it. And I was like, freaking, I want to just
watch it.
I just want to leave me alone. Like, I want to watch at my own pace. I don't like the fact, I'm so accustomed to binging now that I hate the week. I hate the normal TV layout.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't understand it. You have everything shot. Freaking just release it. Why do you, you're a streaming service and you're abiding by these rules? Stop.
It's not rules. It's a retention. If you have to come back every time,
I get it, but listen, nobody's getting rid of their Amazon accounts.
Yeah. HBO and Amazon are the only ones who do this, I think. No, I don't know. No. Actually, I think Netflix is the only one who doesn't do it. I'm thinking through things. Netflix always drops the entire show.
Netflix always
at one
drops
time.
The entire show.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Prime and I know Peacock and even Paramount and HBO or Max or whatever. Yeah, they all do the 1 week at a time.
Disney does the 1 week at a time.
I wonder if it's because they also show it on their cable network.
Hulu makes sense because that's just TV. Like, it's on television and then a day later it's on Hulu, right? Like,
well, same thing with HBO and Paramount and all that stuff.
Same thing. Yeah. So that makes sense. But
Prime doesn't make sense.
And some shows make sense if it's like Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. Yeah. Sure. That's a weekly show. That makes complete sense. But
Prime is not shown anywhere else. It's just only on Prime. So just release the freaking show. Just
release the whole show. Exactly. Like the Lord of the Rings thing. Anywho. Yeah, I watched episode 4, and when I was waiting to look at A-Train's face when he found the jar, I was like, "Oh, dude, you found it." Bro.
He's like,
"Oh,
like, what are these?"
Yeah, super gross. Also, how have I never really noticed that when A-Train is coming in to stop, there's the train whistle?
What?
Maybe it's just the season 4 thing, but every time he's coming to stop, not when he's running, but when he's going to go stop, there's a train whistle. I'm like, has that? I need to go back and rewatch season 1, 2, 3, but yeah, that movie or that show had me from the very beginning.
Yeah.
The very single beginning when A-Train ran through Huey's girlfriend.
Yes. Oh my word.
I was
Holy cow.
I pressed pause and was like, oh my gosh, this might be the greatest show I've ever seen in my life. Because he's holding her hands.
Yeah. Yes.
And A-Train's just like, sorry, dude, and runs off. And I'm like, yeah, anyway.
Christy actually started watching the show before I did, which is weird because it's like gory and gross.
Yeah.
But she got really into the story, kind of like you were saying. And so she just doesn't look at the gory, super gory stuff, but she loves the story.
Yeah.
I almost couldn't handle when they hit the whale in like season 2 or whatever it was.
That was so gross,
dude. Oh.
So gross. Yeah.
But this last episode, talk about gross. Number 4. Oh, dude.
Yeah, it was definitely wild. It was definitely. It was hard to watch Homelander. Like, he put that dude in the oven.
Yep.
And I was like, I was immediately on edge, like the people in the room.
Yeah.
As soon as Homelander, like the doors open, it's Homelander with Fudgy.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
every one of these people is going to die.
Every one of these people is going to die. Yeah. This is their last day. This is it. And like, that's crazy. But then he put that dude in the oven. Immediately, he burned up and he lasered that dude's wiener right through his beehole. I was like, oh, dude. And what was crazy is like, Homelander has the ability to control his laser vision. So he could have lasered his wiener off. But nope, he was like, done. Through your skeleton. That's it.
But I found it interesting that he left that lady alive, like to traumatize her.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
Well, he can't traumatize anybody else. Everybody else is dead.
Yeah.
Right? Stan Edgar's dead, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. I think so.
Did Stan get his head popped in the courtroom?
I don't remember.
Or did he just get taken away and he's now in jail? I don't really know. I forget.
Christy's like, she's like, I know they're trying to make me like have some sort of empathy for Homelander, but she said, I refuse to feel bad for him at all.
Well, that's because she's a good person.
Yeah. Well, I said, well, I definitely don't feel bad for the dude, like even getting baked in the oven, because like what he did to a little kid, he didn't know Homelander was going to be evil. But he did that to a little kid, and he just not a big deal to him. I
felt bad. I felt bad for all those people. I mean, yeah,
because you have a heart.
You have. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but I don't know. Something. It was just they. Yeah, you're right. They did a bad thing, right? But I don't know, that would be like every single person who's ever tested cosmetics on animals equal treatment. Like, equal treatment, that's probably not great, right? Like, if we just continue to go eye for an eye, we're going to consume ourselves, much freaking like we are kind of
whole world's
right
now.
Blind. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, Homelander's still saving his pubes, people. At the end of the day.
And he's got a lot of breast milk stocked up.
Dude, it's too much. I'm
dude's
curious
obsession with
where
milk.
He got it. I'm curious.
You can buy it online.
Is he buying it online? I don't know. Well, he seemed to be only interested in one lady's breast milk.
At the time. Yeah, from like season 1, that gal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's anything. Like he even like kind of gets off on cow milk. Because when he gave it like episode 2 or whatever, this season he gave his son some milk, and his son's like, "What's milk?" He's like, "Isn't it good?" Sounds like.
He's like, "Oh, here's a creamy milkshake." Ugh, get out of here, dude.
Yeah, that's like creamy.
Freaking, and then he took it back. Like he was like,
"Oh, right,
you're being a bad kid because you have a heart. Right. I'm gonna take back your milkshake because I'm an adult. I'm
gonna drink your milkshake.
Like, okay, you're a child. You're a freaking child.
Where you said, "I'm gonna drink your milkshake."
I don't know.
This movie, it's like a big fight. Come on, you to bother me now.
You're gonna watch it right now.
Milkshake. No, I'm gonna use the thing called the Googs. There will be blood. I drink your milkshake. In other words, I will. You can't stop me. I would do anything I want.
That's what I drink your milkshake means?
In this movie.
Yeah. Okay.
I saw a clip of the gal who Eden something that plays Starlighter. Starlight? Is it Starlight? Starlighter.
Starlight.
Starlight. She
Annie
was
January.
she was giving an interview, like in real life, not as Starlight. This is like in real life.
Oh.
She was doing an interview, and the entire time she was talking about how it was all about how she went to get some hand sanitizer on the episode where they had the massive orgy, like the hero-gasm or whatever.
Oh, that was so gross.
And she went to get hand sanitizer, and she pushed the pump down and didn't realize that it was a giant thing of lube.
No.
She's like, I've been handling dildos all over the place, and she's like, I just wanted to get my hands clean, and it was the most disgusting thing. And the way that she was describing it, what I found funny was, if you didn't know she was part of a TV show, you just popped into the audio right there where the clip showed it on Reels or whatever it was. It sounds like she was just describing this giant orgy she went to.
Yeah. Well, technically,
but that was a rough episode.
That was the only satisfying part of that whole scene was the end where they were fighting Homelander.
Right.
That was it. That show has shown us some wild things. Like things that I never ever thought that I would see, like the inside of a wiener. What? I don't want to see that.
It was actually just CGI.
For real, bro? For real?
Yeah. They didn't
Dude,
actually
it was
have
just, you mean they didn't just shrink down an actual person and put him inside an actual PP?
Right. Well, they considered actually just
What is this?
What
is this podcast right now? What are we talking about?
You're the one who brought up wieners, dude.
I know.
And pubes. I mean,
see, what have you done to me? You showed me too many movies with wieners in them, and now I got wieners on the brain, Steve. I wish I didn't say that last line on the podcast. We can't go back. We could edit, but you're the one who's editing it. I don't trust.
No, I'm minimizing the edits, so that's in the show. So this is the show. The show's the show.
The show's the show. Well, pray for me, people, because Steve is corrupting me.
So we got some topics I wanted to get through. I feel bad about not getting to some of them in the past. But Zach, tell us about the Pumpkin 5K this fall,
dude. I'm so excited.
Does that involve? Is that like you are eating 5,000 pumpkins, or there's 5,000 pumpkins to jump over?
Well,
what is it?
It's a series of pumpkin food items. So like 5 different food items. So like you got to consume like 1,000 pumpkin pies, 1,000 actual, like the end is the actual gourds. You have just raw gourds.
Stem and all.
The whole thing, yeah. And
for charity?
Yeah. Yeah, all of it's for charity. We're eating 5,000 pumpkins, every participant, and it's all for charity. Yeah. Last year, friend of the show and boyfriend makeouter, Shelby. I just said that just to make her laugh. I only specifically said it to make her laugh.
Kind of making out to bad movies.
Yeah, making out to Slither like a freaking weirdo.
Do you watch that yet?
Huh?
You watched that yet?
No, I haven't watched it. I assumed that she wanted me to review it.
Right.
And so I thought that you, at some point, you will give me that movie since you have seen it. And like,
that's right. I was going to give it to you and I couldn't because it wasn't summer themed. Right.
Right. Okay. So it's called the Gordy Pumpkin Run. Okay. And I'm doing the virtual 5K because I don't want to drive over there. And I'm just lazy. But yeah, I mean, you sign up and the Shelby did it last year. And it kept popping up on my as an advertisement on Facebook or whatever. And I was like, what the heck is this? And yeah, I text our little Settlers of Satan group. I was like, hey, I think I'm going to do this. And Shelby got really excited because she was like, I did it last year. It's awesome. So there's a trail here in town that I'm just going to walk. It's a, 5K trail. And so, yeah, I'm going to do that in September or October or something like that. I'm not too sure of the date specifically, but they gave me a code to give to people, and I wanted to pass that code off. So if you want to do this 5K virtually, you can do that. You don't have to be in the area. You could just.
Is it just a for funsies thing?
I mean, what do you mean for funsies? I mean, it's for.
So, yeah. Is there like a charity it's tied to or anything, or just like an activity?
I honestly did not write down the charity. Like, I kind of feel bad about that.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, you can at the end of the. So basically, when you're tallying up and checking out, you go through and you select your hoodie size because they're going to send you a little lightweight hoodie.
Cool. Nice.
And I had to get a 3XL because apparently the sizes are for stick people. I think the sizes are made. I think the mannequin size, because they give you a size chart. So I was like, all right, that's fine. I'll get like a 2XL. That way when I put it in the wash, it'll shrink down to an XL. It'll be great, right? So I was like, no, measure yourself. Let's see. So
right.
I literally measured myself and was like, oh, that's a small. What? Who is designing these hoodies? Like, I got really
for runners.
Apparently
runners are bean poles, man.
I don't know. So yeah, I had to get like a 3XL. It's wild, and also not great for morale. Not great for morale. So yeah, but in that where you select everything,
yeah,
there is the ability to select. I forget like if it's the same charity or. But anyway, the link I think we should put the link in the bio of this episode.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna put it up on our Instagram, and if you want to do the 5K, I think you can run with a pumpkin or run without a pumpkin. I'm choosing to run with a pumpkin.
There's really you could really run with a pumpkin.
Yeah.
So that's a thing. Wow.
Yeah, it's yeah. So I am, but yeah, I mean, it's just a small pumpkin. I'm not gonna like go buy some freaking 25-pound pumpkin and run, walk a 5K. It's gonna take me forever. I got things to do. I gotta. So yeah, I'm gonna take a wheelbarrow and just carry my pumpkin. Anyway, that's it. It's just fun. I've been wanting to periodically do a couple 5Ks, so. I'm going to put down the ice cream and all of the other depressive eating and try to condition my body so that it doesn't fully break down.
The charity is Girls on the Run International.
There it is.
A nonprofit organization dedicated to creating a world where every girl knows and activates her limitless potential and is free to boldly pursue her dreams. That's great.
Yeah, it's a great charity.
Yeah.
You get a little medal. And you get a hoodie, and you get whatever else. So, you get to help some people out. It's fun. So if anybody wants to do that, again, you don't have to live in the area. Whatever. There are several states that are participating in this, several locations.
Sure, but the virtual one doesn't matter.
But the virtual one doesn't matter. You just do the virtual run, and you can walk. I think it says, like, you can walk, jog, skip. It doesn't matter. Like, you can carry a pumpkin. You cannot carry a pumpkin. You just create a profile on the little running app that they set up and go crazy. So it's going to be fun.
Sweet.
So yeah, click the link if you want to join.
You said there's a code?
I don't think there's a code. They just gave me a referral link.
Oh, is that what I clicked on there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that you would just have clicked on the link. That's my referral link.
Okay.
So
I clicked on it.
Yeah, you got to sign up. You can't just click on the link and then everything's fine because you got to actually do something, Steve.
go. I mean, in the time we've spoken, I've signed up.
For real?
Yeah.
You're going to do the run?
I just clicked confirm payment.
Dude, that's awesome.
I mean,
yeah, I got both. I'm going to get both medals. So like you have the ability to like get both the participation medal and because I'm not going to win, let's be honest with ourselves. And I don't think it's about winning at the end of the day. It's about the charity. And because I'm walking,
right.
I'm not.
Right.
I have asthma. I don't have time for this.
Right.
And then I'm also going to get, there's like a pumpkin medal that you can get if you like the tough pumpkin or whatever it's called. It's fun.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Steve, I wrote down here that you have some strong feelings about my completely inaccurate A24 picture, and I want to talk about it with you. As you said, don't get me started, and I want to get you started.
Get me started. Okay, let me find this. Here we go. Here it is.
Yeah. I'll post it. I'll try to post this picture. I'll try to remember to post this picture so that way people know what we're talking about. Because I think I've said a couple of times in this podcast, oh, yeah, I'll just post it to Instagram when the episode drops. Completely forget.
Yeah.
Because typically I just close the laptop after this and don't take down any notes of what I need to do, what I said. Sometimes I've texted Steve and just been like, hey, dude, what movie did you assign me? I didn't write it down.
Well, I'm putting a note in the...
Post the picture, Zach.
Make it red for you.
Okay, great. Fantastic.
Okay, so this picture says, it's like A24, and it's like a circle with pictures around the circle. And it says A24 Deadly Sins. It's got pride, greed, lust, envy, gluttony, wrath, and sloth. And I have a problem with part of this. Not every single one of these, because for one, I haven't seen all the movies, but the movies that I have seen, they're all wrong. And the ones that I haven't seen, I assume that they're wrong because I haven't seen them. But okay, here's the deal. The first one that I noticed first was the gluttony one.
Yeah.
It shows Brendan Fraser from in the movie The Whale. Now, yes, the man in The Whale has a gluttony problem, but it's not really a gluttony problem. It's a depression problem, and it's very, very complex and complicated. And it all comes back to the fact that he's a gay man, and his partner had been so treated poorly by the church that he ended up killing himself, and he spiraled out of control after that. And so the movie is not about gluttony; it's about loss and grief and pain and trying to deal with that. And so it's not about. I mean, just because a guy's really large and fat doesn't mean he's the gluttony issue. So that's the first one, Zach. And I forgive you because you haven't seen that one. So
well, also I didn't create this. I just saw it and immediately shared it like a normal person on the internet. I saw something that I was like, "Ooh, I'm slightly interested in sharing this." Sure. So let me pass on the misinformation.
I am not. This is not. There's nothing against Zach. It's
just like a normal American, Steve.
Just like a normal American who doesn't check their sources.
No, why would I do that?
Okay, the second one is envy, and that's the picture from Ex Machina. And I don't think that movie's about envy. I think it's about power. And she's not envying the people who are alive. She's tweaking them, and she's manipulating so she can get out and do her thing. And that is a movie that I would actually appreciate a sequel of. I think. See, like, well, I want to know what she does outside, but it's about. I don't think it's not about envy. I would say, yeah, and I don't know where in the heck did they get lust out of Beau is Afraid. I mean, come on, that has nothing to do with lust at all. If you want to do lust and A24, the one about summer. What's the one at summertime with there's plenty of A24 movies that have centered around lust, probably. I mean, but yeah, not Beau is Afraid.
Got it.
No lust problems at all. I mean,
right.
The dude has never had sex his entire life.
Yeah.
It's not that he obsesses, but he's not. It's not that. I don't know. Sorry, I'm over it. I'll let it go. So I don't know. I don't know the movies. So Pride is what is that? The wrestling one. What's the wrestling movie?
The Iron Claw. Is that?
Yeah, I haven't seen the Iron Claw. So is it about Pride?
That one? I mean, technically, I would say it's about family pride.
Okay.
You know.
And then Uncut Gems, Uncut Gems.
That's the only way to say that movie, dude.
I know. That's Greed. I haven't seen that one either. Have you seen that?
I have seen. Did we send each other so many pictures? I'm trying to find the picture of that. There we go.
Oh,
yeah. I've seen Uncut Gems. The last scene in the movie is so traumatizing, or was so traumatizing for me. I don't know what the movie's about. Like, it blocked the entire rest of the movie out because I was so shocked at what happened that I forgot what I watched.
That's heavy. Yeah.
It was heavy. It was Yeah. I didn't expect it. I personally didn't expect it. I was, maybe I was just going in too naive and it was always going to happen, but still, it was, you could probably say that was about greed, gambling, something like that, But I'm going based off of my loose memory of that movie. Okay. You need to watch Uncut Gems. You should watch it. Also, by the way, have you seen Godzilla -1 yet?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, that makes me upset more than I want to be.
Well, I keep wanting to, and we're Christine and I are really close to watching it, but lately she's been really into coloring, these mandala pinwheel thingies with markers, really intricate things, and we can't watch a show that has subtitles because she's constantly coloring.
That will break the spell of this coloring because she will be forced to put down her thing and color, or not color, and watch, because you can't. Even you could technically turn on the English dub.
Oh, that's gross.
Okay, that's gross. I'm just saying that you could. I'm not condoning it. Don't act like I just said you could also murder your children in cold blood. I didn't say that. I didn't say go to the neighbor's house and kill their baby. I didn't say that.
Whoa, you're this is getting dark fast.
I know, but your reaction was as if I was being racist towards the Japanese people. Oh my god! I'm not. I'm just saying it's a possibility. They have it.
Right. I get you. Yeah, I mean, I understand you don't like hearing Japanese language, but
that's not true. That's all right. And back to this. What? Just move on. I don't want to talk anymore.
Okay. What's the movie that's represented both by sloth? I don't recognize that person.
No.
It's a woman with tattoos on her fingers and her arms. I mean, she's laying on a bed, so it's just obviously sloth. But I
yes, based on the still image, she hasn't moved, Steve. She's just very slothful.
Yeah, I don't know what movie that is.
And then Wrath. Wrath is Love
Lies Bleeding.
Is that accurate?
I have not seen it. It's on my list.
I thought you saw Love Lies Bleeding.
No, I saw Getaway Girls.
Getaway Girls. That was it.
Was that Drive Away Dolls?
Drive Away Dolls. Getaway Girls. Drive Away Dolls. It's the same.
Yeah. Saw Drive Away Dolls, but I haven't seen that one.
Okay.
But yeah. Well, so I don't blame you for sharing the thing that's mostly inaccurate, but maybe do your research next time.
Yeah, clearly. Clearly, I just need to do my research instead of sharing the.
But you did a good thing because you started a conversation. We all learned something, and I learned to quit freaking out about stupid stuff. Or at least I should be learning that. I haven't, but
Got it.
We'll get there.
Yeah, Steve. One step at a time, buddy.
There's Bloody Disgusting wrote an article about 6 more public domain characters that deserve horror movies.
Yes. I'm upset with Bloody Disgusting.
Why?
I'm upset with them. Their website is garbage.
Well, okay.
Every time I open
There's
every
so
time
many
I open their
ads.
website.
Holy crap.
Yeah, every time I open their website, the ad for that new Apple TV series pops up, and it literally takes over the entire screen, and there is no X that you can tap on to get rid of it. It takes up the entire. It does it on my phone.
Which show?
I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's a stupid show for stupid people because of the ad, and I don't care about the show now. It's the one with Jake Gyllenhaal and he fake murders his wife or whatever.
Oh, sugar.
Yeah. Anyway, Bloody Disgusting. Get it together. Your ad is wild.
Yeah.
It's too much, and you have control over it. Like there's no way. I've done it on my laptop. I've done it on my iPad and my iPhone because I'm an elitist. All 3 devices I wanted to just name drop right there because I'm an elitist pig. But I've done it everywhere, and every single time I have to just let the web page load just enough and then immediately swipe down and hit the internet button and don't do the internet anymore because the freaking ad, it drives me nuts. Anywho, Felix the Cat is the first one.
Okay.
That's the first one that they are reporting.
And they're wanting horror movies. Okay.
Well, the article says the article title is 6 other public domain characters that deserve horror movies. So deserve is a bit of a strong word, but okay. Felix the Cat, Jack Frost, The Oral Tradition is what it says. Mowgli from the Jungle Book. I think Mowgli actually already got a horror movie. Maybe I'm misremembering that. Sherlock Holmes. Gertie the Dinosaur.
Never heard of Gertie.
Me either. And Casper the Friendly Ghost.
I can see that maybe.
Yeah, well, because he's a ghost. Yeah,
Casper
of course.
the Unfriendly Ghost.
That's that's gonna be the title of the movie. It's low hanging fruit right there. So I'm not too sure. I don't
know. Those don't really hit me.
I think we need to stop. Okay, based off of these 6, it feels very much like we are desperate for public domain horror movies.
This is scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah. It feels like we're desperate for it, and we need to stop because this is. But also, the horror genre allows you to get away with just completely ridiculous and
that's true.
Trash movies. So, yeah. Any hoodles.
Well, what would you know about ridiculous movies, Zach?
I know a great deal about them. I recommend them to you all the time, and I watch several.
I know.
It's all a part of my diabolical plot to slowly but surely ruin your life.
Yeah, you're good. You're doing well.
I know. I'm on target. So yeah.
Yeah, none of these really catch me. I mean, the only one is possibly maybe Jack Frost. Maybe, but we already had the movie with I don't know. So are there any old characters like this that you think should be done in a movie? Horror movie?
Honestly, you don't really know what you need until someone presents it to you. I didn't know that I needed Winnie the Pooh.
Need is a very strong word, Zach.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't know that I needed this. And now, I mean, I could still live without it, but we're going to keep talking about it because it exists. The Pooniverse.
I want to see a really good Cthulhu movie.
So what?
Cthulhu.
What? Cthulhu.
Yeah, Call it Cthulhu from the what's his face, the racist guy.
What?
You know him well.
I know him well.
Well, he's racist.
Oh, Steve, I don't like this angle.
I'm sorry.
I don't like these.
Bad joke. I'm going to take it back.
Oh my gosh.
Lovecraft wrote Call of Cthulhu. You know the giant dude with the tentacles on his face.
Yes, the folklore. I
No,
could stand to do folklore horror where we go into like Bigfoot and we go into
Cthulhu is created by Lovecraft. It's his character.
You're talking about the giant octopus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want a really good Cthulhu movie.
Well, I don't know if you can get a really good one. That might be too high a price. You know what I mean?
Why hasn't that happened?
That's a great question. That's what I'm saying. These
we have the technology. They're making stuff about like -1 Godzilla, whatever.
Steve, you're gonna eat your words when you watch this movie. You're gonna eat them. Also, you should watch Shin Godzilla too. That movie's awesome.
Yeah. So I just Googled public domain characters, and there's a lot better characters than that stupid article.
Okay, like, well, thanks for sharing the list with me. And
Peter Pan's already done. A Wizard of Oz. That'd be great.
That'd be great. For real, you wanted
I want a horror movie, Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
Tarzan, dude.
Okay. Send me the link that you're looking at so we can look at this together. How about that? You know?
Yeah. Well,
sharing is caring.
I don't know if it's going to transfer over. It's just a Google search that I did for.
Oh, well.
It's giving you all the Captain Nemo, Dorothy Gale.
What did you do?
Victor Frankenstein. I mean, there's never been a Frankenstein movie.
Never.
Robin Hood. James Bond.
Dude, Don Diego de la Vega. Bro.
Paul Bunyan.
Huh?
Paul Bunyan.
You want a Paul Bunyan horror movie?
That'd be great. Yeah. King Arthur. Alice from Alice in Wonderland.
Dude, Long John Silver.
Nice.
But
Quasimodo.
Fast food restaurant and not the pirate. That's horrific anyway, because anytime you eat that, it's immediately disaster.
Scarecrow. That's good. There's plenty of good ones on that one. King Kong. Ivanhoe.
Dude, the fighting Yank? Come on. We need a fighting Yank. Who the heck is that guy?
I have no idea.
Yeah, James Bond horror movie would be sweet.
Yep.
James Bond horror movie would be sweet.
The Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
Moby Dick. Well, that's already kind of a...
Stardust the Super Wizard. There you go.
Beowulf. Did you... I don't know. Beowulf's kind of been done. I'm sure this is just fascinating to listen to us scroll through the websites.
I know. Well, we just move on to another topic then.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are. You should tell us. I'm gonna post it up on. I'm gonna try to post it. Steve's gonna remind me in the show notes here because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna post that. Is there a public domain movie that you would want to see? We'll just get the listeners in on this because we're just rattling a bunch off. Anyway.
Well, yeah, I'll add. So on Spotify, when we post the episode, there's an option to add like a question you can at the bottom of the episode. So I'll put that as the question. So if anybody has any, if you're listening on Spotify, just open the app real quick and scroll down to the bottom of the notes, and there'll be a question there. You can answer it, and it'll send it to us. And whoever win, we'll judge them, and the winner gets a prize.
Ooh, you're gonna do that? Okay.
Maybe a hug from Zach. I don't know.
I'm not gonna give people hugs.
Are you a hugger, Zach?
I don't want. Nope. Just because you said it, I don't want to touch anyone. Get away from me.
I'm a big hugger.
That's fine. You could be a hugger. I don't.
I'm famous for my hugs, actually.
I don't know what that means.
I mean, I walk down the street and be like, "Are you the guy that does really good hugs?" I'm like, "Absolutely."
Do you also have to stay a specific distance away from schools, like elementary schools? Because freaking geez, dude, that sounds so creepy to me.
Well, like next weekend, there's the Pride thing here in town, and Christy and I both have like the dad hugs free dad hugs and free mom hugs shirts, and that's great. I love doing that. I got a good dad hug. Yeah,
that makes better sense than I'm famous for giving people hugs. It's weird. Sounds weird, Steve. Anyway.
So next topic, Zach.
Yeah, M3gan is getting a spinoff. They're expanding the M3gan universe.
Are they doing M3gan 2? They'll be like M5
2.0.
Or
it's called M3gan 2.0.
Oh, okay.
I at least think that's the working title right now for the second Megan movie. Excuse me, M3gan. But Soulmate is the spinoff. Blumhouse is going to give us that movie in 2026. We have some time, Steve, to build a bunker and just hide from this movie. Because I'm very curious about it. I'll open up Bloody Disgusting, but I bet any amount of money that freaking ad's going to pop up.
I've got it open.
Yeah. In
Soulmate with an 8.
Yeah. I know.
8T.
Come on.
They had to do it.
Yeah. They're saying in Soulmate, a man acquires an artificially intelligent android to cope with the loss of his recently deceased wife. That's an episode of Black Mirror. In an attempt to create a truly sentient partner, he inadvertently turns a harmless love bot into a deadly soulmate. Well, of course he does.
You play with snakes, you're going to get bit.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you, Steve. I'm going to be completely honest with you. We've now entered the portion of Therapy with Zach. So, new segment. It's called Therapy with Zach.
It's Therapy with Zach. It's Therapy with Zach. It's Therapy with Zach.
This is deep, okay? Most people were like, oh, remember that Tim McGraw song about Johnny's daddy was taking him fishing? Yeah, well, Johnny's daddy, I hate you, because that song is terrible. You've never heard that song before? You listen to like Conway Twitty, and you don't even know. Last episode, you revealed that you were like, oh, I love Loretta Lynn. And
what?
You don't even know. Dude, you don't even know. Okay.
I grew up listening to that stuff. I don't listen to it anymore.
Oh, okay. Great. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm deathly afraid of losing my wife. Okay.
Same. Yeah.
If I had the ability to max out several credit cards and upload my wife's consciousness into an artificially intelligent robot in order to not be lonely after she died, yeah, I would 100% do that without question.
Mm-hmm.
You know, without question. So I may or may not see this movie. It may be too traumatizing for me. I will see it. It'll be great. Because Megan was not necessarily bad, but it wasn't great. It was entertaining.
Which is what you're going for, right?
Yeah, and I'll be interested to see Grumpy Cat again. I don't know what her name is. I'm just gonna call her Grumpy Cat because that's. I'm not trying to bully.
The
I'm
real
not trying
girl,
to bully.
The real girl in the movie, right?
The girl in the movie, the entire movie. I've said this in our review of this movie. Like,
yeah.
I feel like the direction was like, "Hey, Grumpy Cat." That was the only direction that she had because her face every time she's on screen is just straight up Grumpy Cat. She does it well, but also show some other emotions. I get your parents are dead, but suck it up, Buttercup.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
talking to a fake girl. Come on.
The heart comes out again.
She's not real. She's not real, Steve. It's just a movie.
You got to practice emotions with the movie, dude. So movies are for you, so you can practice emotions. For people without a soul like you do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So what did it say when M3 2.0 is coming out? June
I just
27th
heard
next year.
2026 of
2025 is Met 2.0.
Oh,
June
2.0,
20.
yeah.
So like a full year from now. And then Soulmate is January 2nd, 2026.
Yeah.
One day
I think it's
before
just
my
2026 in
wedding
general because I have a suspicion that they'll move the date.
Yeah.
They have especially movies like that far out, they typically move the date, like they back up the date or they bump in the date depending on when they're done. So I'm very interested to find out the connection. Is it the same artificial intelligence as Megan? Because it's a spinoff. So it's connected. Right. It's the same universe. So
like maybe they made another version of maybe for a boy or something.
Yeah, something like that. Is it something?
I'm sure it's something.
Yeah, I'm sure it's something. Thank you. Okay.
So we get The Science of Scare, the scariest movies of all time.
This is utter tosh.
I've seen this before, this ranking, and it's like that's not. It's what is it's completely missing the point. But go ahead.
I don't know how you quantify it. That's my only thinking. Oh, that's my only thinking. Here's why I said that. I watched 3 movies last week when I was watching those 10 movies. I didn't even bring this up last time. But I watched was it Bone Tomahawk or Bone? Is it Bone Tomahawk?
Yep.
Bone Tomahawk. That always sounds like a Texas Roadhouse order to me. Like, the Bone Tomahawk. What else? What were there were 2 other movies that I watched, and there was only one time that my heart rate actually went up because of the movie.
Really?
And it was in Bone Tomahawk. I will not
Did you check your Apple Watch?
I did.
Data?
I just
really.
I actually tracked it on my Apple Watch.
Fascinating.
I'm going to start the movie. So I want to eliminate as many variables as I possibly can. So I'm not allowed to stop the movie. I'm basically not allowed to do anything else.
So no scrolling on your phone.
No scrolling on my phone. Me in the room watching the movie. That's it. But what I found is, I mean, if you're docile for that long and you move, you just yawn like you're doing right now because you're bored of me talking, or or you stretch, like your heart rate goes up. At least mine did.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how to rule that stuff out unless you just go, okay, we're at a non-scary part of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just the way that we rule this out. I'm also not a scientist. I'm an idiot, and I have no clue what I'm specifically talking about. All I know is I don't know. I saw this thing on Instagram. It was the top 10 scariest movies based on heart rate. And I was like, that seems a bit wild. This seems like a 5th grader science fair project to me. That seems pretty nuts here.
Yeah.
Let me dive a little bit deeper into it. Sure enough, the list that I saw was not the official list, because there is an official list from 2024, like an updated list of scary movies. And yeah, I just don't know how you quantify stuff like that.
Well, I mean, it's on a reputable site, moneysupermarket.com. I mean, the preeminent movie evaluation site on the web.
Yeah. That's also what I thought as well. Because I'm like, it's not on Bloody Disgusting. It's not on some other horror website. It's on moneysupermarket.com.
Okay, so the top 10, from 10 down, Talk to Me is number 10. That's scary. Exorcism of Emily Rose, Smile, Hereditary, The Conjuring, Insidious, Skinamarink. Number 3, come on. Okay, Host is number 2, and Sinister is number 1. Are any of those you have not seen?
I think the majority of them I have not seen.
Oh, really? Oh, that's right. You kind of you're afraid.
Me so afraid.
I've seen them all except for Host.
So I've not seen Skinamarink, or I've not seen Sinister, Host, Hell House. Yeah, so I guess I have seen the majority of them.
Okay. I mean, I would say those are all decently scary, but yeah, I think the point, what I was saying earlier, I think they're missing the point of what makes a scary movie scary. And this is one aspect, this is just saying if your heart rate goes up, then it's a scary movie. But there's so much more depth and nuance to fear than just the autonomic response of your body to look at the fight or flight mode.
Right.
Because there are some movies that are so deeply unsettling and in a fearful kind of way that are way worse than some of these movies that I've seen. So, yeah. I mean, it's one point of data. That's why I've said before that I keep wanting to see if I can figure out some, I don't know if it's like a 4-quadrant matrix or something, I don't know, but about evaluating movies. And that website that we mentioned a while back, so you can find it, that has scary movies listed. Where is it?
Yeah, it's not Does the Dog Die? It's something
Scarymeter.com.
Yeah.
That one gets pretty close because when you look at a movie, it has the level of creepy, the level of gory, and the level of jumpy. So I would say that this science of scare ones that you mentioned, that's kind of like the jumpy line, I would think. But gory and creepy are pretty important.
Yeah, they wrote down Skinamarink as number 3, so I'm immediately discrediting this entire website.
Crap. Yeah,
it's not scary. It's unsettling. Yeah, it's unsettling. But it's so if you were comparing the unsettling nature of Skinamarink, the entire movie, to Tubby Time.
Just that one section.
Just that one scene.
Oh, I totally
Skinamarink
agree.
is now no longer creepy. Longer.
Nope.
Now that's just that one scene, let alone the entire movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, I googled Tubby Time, and I sent you the first link I got. It's like all over the place, like Tubby Time, this and that. But it obviously doesn't come from the movie. But there are so many products labeled that are called Tubby Time soap and things like that. And so, be aware. All I'm saying is be aware of when you go to the store so you don't get triggered. If you happen to see specifically in the child's area of the bath section, like there may be a thing called Tubby Time, but it's not the same thing. So don't worry about it, Zach. Just let it go.
I will never be able to let it go. It's going to
burned
stay with
into
me for
your
the rest of my life.
eyeballs.
Yeah. It's going to stay with me for the rest of my life.
Back of your cornea.
I can't unsee that. It's so bad. And it's so unsettling. Yeah.
I want to watch
anyway,
it again.
Skinamarink, not as unsettling as... No. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you compare it to the Blair Witch Project was way more unsettling than the movie Skinamarink.
100%.
So why is it number 3? I don't.
Yeah.
Who are you testing? People, I don't get it. I don't know. That's why I said I don't know how to quantify this. Because there are things like this that don't make sense to me and I need further explanation. And so I'm just, at this point, I'm like, it just doesn't, I don't know. Anyway, we can move on. If you know, you're in the audience and you know, message us on Instagram. We're getting more people who are doing some interactions with us, which I'm very excited about. I'm doing an audience participation summer horror movie battle royale. So each week that we assign each other movies, I think this will probably be the last week that we introduce new movies, because there was only 4, because technically it was for June, but whatever. Time is funny. But this week will be round 4.
Okay.
And what I've been doing is I've been just pitting the movies that we give each other, putting them up on Instagram, and people have been voting on that stuff. And so we will, we'll move into, I think there'll be 8 rounds, something like that.
Okay.
Let me pull up the bracket that I'm keeping. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it'd be 7 total rounds. I Know What You Did Last Summer versus It Follows. 1922 versus Motel Hell. Pet Sematary versus Brain Dead. And then movie 7 and movie 8 will be this week. Then round 5 will be the winner of round 1 and 2. Round 6 will be the winner of round 3 and 4. And then round 7 will be the championship round. And whenever we're done with all of that, I will come back and announce it on the podcast, and it'd be great. But we're getting more interactions. I'm very excited about it.
Good.
I also think it would be good for us to have a goal for our Instagram account. We're currently sitting, at the time of this recording, 474. I think that we could hit double that by the end of the year.
Okay.
That's the goal.
Okay. Get busy.
948. I think we could maybe push 1,000 by the end of the year.
Really?
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. The ball's not in my court. The ball's in their court. They got to follow us. They got to find us. They got to follow us.
So remind me what this is about. I'm encouraging you to make a Damien voodoo doll.
Yeah. So I said something to you about, if you share something with me, I'm going to make a voodoo doll out of you. And you said that I should instead make a voodoo doll out of Damien.
That's right.
And that's true. I should, because friggin' screw Damien. I hate that guy. You do not have an open invitation on this podcast.
The director of the Terrifier movies and so forth, right?
Yeah. Him and Eli Roth are banned from this podcast. Banned.
Okay. So that's my next question. I found out yesterday, I didn't realize this, but the Denver Fan Expo, which is basically what used to be called Comic-Con, but they can't call it Comic-Con because trademark, blah, blah, blah. So it's for Denver Comic-Con essentially, but they would have lots of people come and the guests and whatnot. One of the guests coming that I could go meet if I get a ticket to this next week, or next week or whenever it is, 2 weeks from now. Anyway, if I go, I can get tickets to go see him and take a picture with him, and the photo is only $90, which is ridiculous.
Yeah,
and we could take it out of our very large budget for the podcast,
bro.
And I could go meet him and tell him to stop making things like Hostel, etc.
Dude,
but should I do that?
Listen, I think if you're gonna meet Eli Roth, I need to be there. Number 1, okay. Number 2. Don't meet Eli Roth. It's a waste of your time.
It's a waste of, especially a waste of $90. Good grief.
$90, yeah. This this guest list, like celebrity guest list, is
It's amazing.
wild to me. I mean,
Isn't it?
Rosario Dawson, Ella Purnell from Fallout, Jared Poslansky
Padalecki.
from Supernatural, Anthony freaking Starr, dude. You can meet Homelander.
Yeah, I know.
You can ask him about the pubes.
I'm not gonna ask him about the pubes.
No, just you have to. You have to. Steve.
Never. Am I?
Oh my gosh, like, dude.
I'll pull you up on FaceTime and you can ask me.
Like, dude, are you freaking saving your pubes? That's what you have to ask. And Rainn Wilson.
Yeah.
Andy Serkis. Andy freaking Serkis, dude. Susan Sheridan. Gina Davis. Marissa Tomei.
Yes.
I love that.
Richard freaking Dreyfuss.
Richard Dreyfuss. What about Bob's? Richard Dreyfuss, dude. If you don't go to this thing and immediately walk in the door and say, Dr. Leo Marvin! Like, if you don't do that, you got to get like a I'm a local t-shirt. That'd be great. Adam Savage. I don't even know who Don Bluth is.
Don Bluth, he created An American Tale and All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Okay.
Beautiful movies.
Great. Hayden Panettiere, Eli Roth.
Mark Shepard.
Yeah. Dude,
Rose McGowan.
Mario Lopez. Dude, Randy Quaid.
Yeah.
Randy freaking Quaid.
Yeah. Shannon Doherty.
Hold on.
Catherine Tate.
Oh my gosh, dude. Mark Paul Gosselaar.
Oh yeah, Saved by the Bell guy. Yeah.
Dude, Mark Paul Gosselaar.
Jason Lee, did you ever see My Name is Earl? That's a great show. It's a funny
I've never
show.
seen My Name is Earl. No,
It's a funny show.
Yeah. Dude, you can meet Johnny Young Bosch, Black Power Ranger.
Who?
What? Come on, bro.
I missed the Power Rangers. I didn't get into that one.
Keith David. Oh my gosh.
Colby Minifie. What? She's from what's her? She's in the Boys. What does she do? She's
she
the
is like
CEO.
The CEO, isn't it? Like she's
and Firecracker, whatever it is.
Yeah,
Valerie Curry from the Boys.
Fire Stick. You can meet her. Yeah.
Jim Beaver from Supernatural.
Yeah, Sean Gunn. What?
Yeah,
dude. This is a crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but listen, all of the celebrities that we just named, that's a second mortgage out of your house.
Yeah.
Just to get their autograph and or photo opportunity.
Voice actors, they have Jim freaking Cummings.
What?
The actual voice of Winnie the Pooh forever, the old dude.
No.
He's actually going to be there.
You can ask him about the Pooniverse.
Yeah. Oh, dude, yes.
And what he thinks about it.
And they have the voice of Dora the Explorer.
Yeah, come on. Dude, Keith David from Gargoyles. Bro, Gargoyles was the best Disney show when I was growing up. You don't even know.
You don't even know,
dude. That makes me want to look up. There's another Comic-Con.
Yeah, I want to start going to. I want to see if we can get into like some horror film festivals or something.
It's called so every year there is they do it like 2 or 3 times a year. It's called Steel City Con. It's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
This next one coming up is August 9th through the 11th. Helen Hunt. SteelCityCon.com is where I'm at. Helen Hunt, Jared Padalecki. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Padalecki.
Yeah. Dude, freaking Ralph Macchio is gonna be at Steel City Con. Elizabeth Shue.
Wow. Yeah.
So the original, like Homelander's weird milk supply. Yeah. That's gross. Yeah.
Oh, hey, David Howard Thornton.
Where? Never mind. I can't go.
Terrifier.
I can't go. It's because I don't trust myself to not bring a vial of acid and throw it in his face. And
wow, that's dark.
I know it's dark, but we need to be done with these movies, and we have to take extreme action. Action. Okay, maybe not his face. That might be too aggressive.
You think?
His hand. They'll probably just turn
honestly,
into a plot point and freaking Terrifier 7.
If you throw acid on the guy's face, it's just gonna like make him scarier looking.
I know. All right, so maybe that was also hypothetical. That's also alleged. Don't sue me, David Howard Thornton. Don't. We know that you're listening because you're Arthur Clown. You're listening. We know that you're everywhere. You're like Jesus, but also.
What I was going to say is I would like to start looking for film festivals to go to. There's a gal on TikTok who I follow. She's like a digital reviews and stuff. And she went, I didn't realize this, but I guess she's in Oklahoma, and they had in Oklahoma like a scary film festival recently.
Yeah.
And she said she got in to go as press. And like, how do you get in as press when you just like have a TikTok? And she's like, I just asked them, say, can I get a press pass? And like, I've got a TikTok and you can have a press pass. And they're like, oh, here you go. So you know, give that a shot.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
We gotta do that. We gotta find some in our area. At least pass out some stickers. We have 745 of these stupid stickers. Because you just keep buying stuff on sticker.
I've stopped myself. Yeah, they had temporary tattoos. I did not get those.
We should totally get the logo in temporary tattoos. That'd be great.
I'm gonna get some tattoos on my arm.
Like for real skis?
Yeah. I'm gonna like get all tatted up, man.
I don't believe you. You don't seem like that guy.
Here's the thing. If when you visit Fort Collins, Colorado, which is where I am, but you know, don't be creepy. People in Fort Collins, it's like there are restaurants you go to where I can guarantee it's like it almost seems like you must have many tattoos just to get a job there.
What's good is they don't discriminate.
Yeah, everybody's got tattoos here. I seriously, I want to get some stuff on my forearm. Some quotes from
the Bible. You left a blank, and I had to fill it.
Quotes from Kurt Vonnegut.
Who?
Kurt Vonnegut from the book Slaughterhouse-Five.
Steve, you have to speak English. No one understands what you're talking about. Mainly, your co-host.
You should read the book Slaughterhouse-Five.
It
is good.
I don't know how to read.
Oh, there's this Audible thing you could try.
Oh, well.
It's about a guy who...
Thanks for shaming my illiteracy.
Yeah.
My fake illiteracy.
This guy, he's unstuck in time.
What does that mean?
He keeps bouncing around in his life. He'll suddenly he's like in his he's like 5, and then but it's like his consciousness goes through life, but he bounces into different parts of his life, and part of it takes place in Dresden, Germany, where I lived for a while. During the firebombing of Dresden, Germany, they were hiding the prisoners of war in these slaughterhouses, which were underneath the ground for cooling, to keep the meat cool. And they stuck them down there, and then they came out and they and this is all because Kurt Vonnegut himself was actually a prisoner of war during the firebombing of Dresden, so it's kind of autobiographical. But I read the book for the first time. I listened to the book as I was walking around Dresden.
Is that it? Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut.
Kurt Vonnegut. Yep. It's a weird one.
Is it like a horror book, or is it like?
It's kind of sci-fi-ish.
Sci-fi-ish,
but kind of disturbing at the same time.
I can get it on Libby.
And yeah.
I can borrow it right now on Libby. Dude, Libby is fantastic.
Yeah. I want to get the quote that says, everything was beautiful and nothing hurt. It's like his, it's on his tombstone at the end of the book. And Chrissy's like, that's really depressing. Like, yes, I know.
Is it depressing because it's on his tombstone at the end of the book? Would you just spoil it for me?
No.
Thank you. You just freaking spoiled it.
It's not spoiled.
Thank you.
It's not a spoiler.
Hey,
it's
read
like
this
it starts
book.
out
Also, I'm going to ruin it. Gosh.
And one of the things he says constantly through the book is, so it goes. And want to get that tattooed on my arm someplace with like designs around it or something. I know lots of people do that, but
Is it a comic?
I'm sure there are comics of it, but it's not a comic. No.
There is a graphic novel adaptation.
Anyway, it's a seminal work. I'm way off topic now.
That's fine. Selected by the Modern Library as one of the 100 best novels of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Kurt Vonnegut is the man.
An instant bestseller.
Yep.
Cool.
It's very philosophical and deep.
Well, I will at least attempt to read that by.
So I'm thinking maybe I'll get a tattoo of the logo of each one of the podcasts I've done.
There's so many. You're gonna run out of arms.
Well, there's 3.
Well,
and,
I know of.
Well, I've been on more than that, but there's 3 that I've actually been a part of.
I want to know what Scott and Mark are going to give us if we get their logo tattooed on our bodies.
I think you should go for a full back tattoo.
I'm not going to do that.
with their giant hand,
No,
the logo.
That'd be amazing. It'd be the most pain I've ever been in my life. A full color. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I figure I should take advantage of so much because of MS that I have. My arms are always slightly numb. The skin is, and so I should take advantage of that. I'm not gonna it's not gonna bother me to get my arms tattooed. It's like whatever.
Well, when I visit, let's go to a tattoo parlor
and get the logo.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pay $50 to the artist. I'm going to tell you my master plan right now. Because telling you my master plan is a part of the master plan.
Okay.
I'm going to be like, hey, instead of that Kurt Vonnegut quote, Acts 2:38. Just put that one down. But in like King James Version.
Oh, dude.
It'd be so funny. Or be like, I don't know. Revelation 21:8.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, put that one on there.
You're lying. Gonna go to hell.
It's so funny. Like, I would do that. And then it'd be so funny if that actually happens. And then you're just stuck. You're just stuck with it.
Boy,
such a good prank. That'd be such a good prank.
You're an evil man.
And then I get back on a plane and be like, bye. That's for making me watch the ridiculous movies. Bye.
Well,
okay,
I think we are so far off
get
topic.
into some movies. Yeah. we've been talking for a little while.
Can you give me a quick rundown of the movie? Have you seen movies this week besides the?
Ooh, yes, we should do that. Let me open up the boxed letter. That didn't translate. That was a funny joke in my head. All right. So I watched 3 movies since we last recorded on Tuesday.
Oh, that's right.
Because we literally recorded an episode on Tuesday and now it's Saturday. Okay. I watched the movie Slice. I went to the A24 list, or the A24 list that I made, sorted by film popularity, genre horror, and at the very bottom of the list was this movie called Slice. It stars Chance the Rapper. And it's not bad.
Yeah?
It's not bad.
So when it says dead in 30 minutes or less?
Yeah.
Is it pizza related?
Yeah. Like, pizza delivery people are dying. They're being murdered, and we got to figure out why.
Okay. Yeah. That looks good.
It was not bad. I didn't entirely understand why it was at like the bottom, because it's got a 2.2 rating. I gave it a 3.5, but I probably should bump that up. Like,
really,
it's really upper threes for me. So it's really more like 3.8, 3.9. Maybe it's a 4.0. It's not a bad movie. It's pretty good. Then I watched the OG Pet Cemetery. I thought about watching the 2019 version.
Mm-hmm.
then I decided against that.
Okay.
And then I watched the movie called The Scrotum.
Oh, my word. You did not.
I did. I tracked it down, Steve. I downloaded an app called Midnight Pulp, and it is a free movie that you can watch on this streaming service called Midnight Pulp. I would not recommend anyone download the app Midnight Pulp and or go to the website midnightpulp.com. There's some real smut going on this website.
Oh, really?
It's not necessarily the best streaming service.
See.
Also, I'll just say this. I'm going to put the movie on your list for me to give you at some point. But I'm going to include it in the Ruin Steve's Life list and not the general list.
Yes.
Because this movie was so bad, it makes me want to curse. I saw a short film this past week called Pizza Panic Party? That was just a short 9-minute horror film.
Right.
That was so much better than the hour-long movie. Just an hour. But I definitely hit the 10-second skip button several times throughout this movie because it's just, Steve, it's bad. I mean, I didn't entirely expect very much from a movie called The Scrotum, but...
Why would you do this to me?
I didn't do it to you. I was one who watched it.
You put it on my list.
I put it on Ruin Steve's Life list. So if you mess up, you get this movie.
That's my.
It's a punishment movie. Yeah. So if you're like, oh, I'm going to give Zach a movie that's going to ruin his life, well, turnabout's fair play. Despite the fact that earlier in this podcast I said that an eye for an eye is not a very good thing, and I'm going to immediately renege on that and give you.
You're officially a bad person. Yes.
I know that I'm a bad person, but that doesn't mean you have to be so hurtful. I still have feelings, Steve.
So you watched Scrotum.
I watched 3 movies, yes, and one of them was the movie Scrotum. I will surprisingly be watching the second one, despite the fact that I just said that the first one was bad. Because you have to complete the series.
You've got a problem, dude.
I do have a real problem. About this one. This one was... Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
Just the concept is like it's a killer scrotum or something.
Nope.
I don't want to know, do I? Okay, I don't want to know.
You will soon enough, Steve.
Okay.
You will. Well, you will soon enough. I just planted the seed, and like 2 weeks from now, you're gonna be like, dude, I just watched this movie. I had to watch it. Still haven't seen Godzilla -1, but I watched this one.
No. Well, I watched Slumdog Millionaire, as I mentioned. Fantastic. 4.5 stars. Watched Where the Devil Roams, which I have mentioned in the past, just recently. They're this family, like the Addams family with the 1D. How it's like this husband and wife and their 2 daughters who are like they film it, edit it, all that, write it, all that stuff, and they star in it. The first one of theirs I watched was Hellbender. Was really good. The Deeper You Dig I saw last week, and it was very, very good. The Where the Devil Roams is not very good. It's really it's like one of these. It's one of these situations where a filmmaker made some couple of really good films, and then now they're like going out, like they're like going edgy. And I've seen this before in creators and artists. They go off the rails because I think it's a genius thing. And I'm not joking about that at all. I think it's like there's a book that one of my friends gave me that I haven't finished reading. It's called something about the advanced genius theory, or something about how with music a lot of times, like Bob Dylan will have a bunch of awesome records, and then they'll put out a record that's weird and bizarre and doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And the idea is that this person is so far beyond, in their creativity, is so far beyond everybody else that they've just gone too far for people to understand it.
So are you just telling me Kanye West life right now?
No, he's just crazy.
Okay.
But the advanced genius theory is the name of the book. And so that's kind of feels like what they did here. It's like very edgy and artsy and weird, and it's kind of disturbing and gory, and it did not do it for me. So 2 stars.
2 stars.
I'm looking forward to the next thing that they make because they make good stuff.
It didn't do anything for me, and you gave it 2 stars, and I'm the one who has a heart?
It's really, like I said, I didn't like it, but it was done well. You know what I'm saying? So it's 2 stars because it was really a well done movie, and it's very artsy, but I respect it, but I don't like it.
Okay.
Kind of like you.
Oh man.
Then I saw Brain Dead or Dead Again, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And Monkey Man, as I mentioned earlier. So.
Okay.
Well, why don't we talk about the movies that we were assigned? And that's what's coming up in our next episode. Zach and I will be discussing the movie Brain Dead from 1992 and the movie Pet Sematary, the original one from 1989. Here's a bit of a preview.
Let's do more cocaine to get more ideas. Like, it's so much.
It's increasingly grosser and grosser. Fluids and goop squishing out of everything.
This movie should not be called Pet Sematary. It should be called Ancient Native American Burial. And the stupid white people who decide to do stuff on it.
They had to have spent at least 70% of the budget of this movie on pudding.
I can't anymore. I can't do it. This is too loony. But this is going to be the rest of my night of me looking up pet cemeteries near me. All right, listeners. That's a wrap for another episode of Horrors Yet Unseen. Thanks for joining us.
And we'd love for you to become part of the conversation. Just drop us a voicemail at 1-216-202-5495 or email us at horrorsyetonunseen@gmail.com. And keep up with the latest by following us on Instagram. That handle is at horrorsyetonunseenpod. We'd also appreciate it if you like and review our show on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Your support means a lot to us. See you next time.